like 1 second, 2 seconds, because you never quite know. But how's it going, Nakama? Brit is back after a little break with some One Piece 1143. As always, I'm joined by the lads. How's it going, Samurai Drew? Shaved Samurai Drew. Sorry.
Got the buzz. Got the Zoro buzz. So, you know, I was trying to look like Zoro. Green hair dye next.
It's coming. It's coming, y'all. Be prepared. And as always, we got Green. How's it going, brother?
It's going well. No green hair dye next for me. And I'm not trying to look like Moss Head.
No Moss Head to Green. No Moss Head to Green.
Yeah.
But we've got some One Piece. Let's go ahead. We got a color page. Let's see here. They're on Racing Fish. And you've got Luffy in front on a red one. Oh, and the fish is into it too. He's giving a little grr face to Zoro and Chopper. Third place is Nami. Okay. Looks like Sanchi is fifth, in love with the fact that he's behind Nami. I mean, her outfit's bae, I'll be honest. And then you have Frankie and Usopp. Jinbei is in the water, swimming around. That's funny. And then Brooke and Robin just hanging out on the on 7. So, any thoughts? Speed is the weapon. Pretty nice, pretty cool. Any thoughts, lads?
I love how it looks. I love the fish, and it makes you think like what order in the crew people have. So, who's number 4? I wonder.
Number 4, I'm guessing, is San. Oh no, yeah, there.
No, Sanji is number 5.
There isn't a number 4.
I guess Frankie or Jinbei.
Yeah, I guess there isn't a number 4.
Also, doesn't Frankie's shoulder say 8? So 7,
yeah.
8.
Yeah.
And Jinbei's 9. So maybe we have some funny business.
It does look like there's a number on Jinbei's back, so it looks like they're all racing around this little water. That's pretty funny, having Jinbei being able to swim through it. It's pretty funny. Based on the reader request, a Straw Hat Crew car chase by Nix Gilexi. Sure, we'll go with that. That's all I've got, lads. Any thoughts from you? 19 pages.
Okay.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to get 19 pages. So
that is our welcome back.
Welcome back, indeed. I'm gonna jump in 3, 2, 1. Holy Knights. Okay, looks like we're finally gonna get introduced to these lads. And you've got, hey, wait, y'all. And we've got, looks like the ghost is on the whole thing.
Yo, stop. You can't do a southern accent?
Hey. Hey, y'all. Hey, wait, y'all. Now I'm laughing, so no. Yuva, Mog, Ragna. Wow. They're really sleepwalking. Huff, huff. What's this white cloth? Where are y'all going? And you've got who's right next to him? I can't tell the smaller. It might be like a Robin type person, but there's another small person next to Saul. As it looks like on the school is a ghost and the thunderstorm. Another monster is like coming into view, so we have no idea who that one is yet. And then you have Saul who's walking next to him. Huff huff. Be careful. Yep, so Rob, they're still in the beard. I mean, that makes the most sense. Be careful, Saul. Remember the other teacher said not to touch the children. He was all bloody. I know, but I know he did, but I don't see nothing wrong with him. And it's dangerous for him to be, it's dangerous for him to keep walking like this. And he like goes to touch, he's like, touch. So that is, so we are at the point where Saul is jumping into action. It's not gonna be like, what's going on over here? Let's go get help. Now Saul's just like, touch. So we'll see where we go from here. Anything else? Anything?
Yeah, that was a half a page, and now to keep on the same track, why don't you do a whole nother page again? That would make the most sense.
Okay, that's fine.
So you got 2 more to go.
Okay. Come on, let's go back to school. And then he goes to touch her, and this like bramble thorn shield activates, and he gets stabbed.
Oh, really?
Yow, yeah. What is this all? What's happening? Did something stab you? What's up?
That is from the Rose guy.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
So it's one thing where they can't even touch the kids. What was that, Saul? What happened? Did something stab you? And yeah, and then so that it looks like that's exactly what happened to the other gym teachers. He went to grab the kids and then it activated and stabbed him. So that's pretty intense. Pretty intense indeed. I'm gonna go.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think there should be. I think what happened to the gym teacher might be a bit more than just stabbing, because he was all bloody. He couldn't even move.
Well, again, he probably like continued to try and stop him. It wasn't just this one and done. He probably like went back multiple times. Because like that, Yuva was the first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I count 7, just up to this kid with the black little satchel on his back right here. So this is the Walrus School. All the children have suddenly fallen asleep, and out of those, 9 of them have started walking. We don't know where they're going. Western Village. It's not clear why this is happening. The kids at the school? My son's there too. Oh, wait, no. I was about to say, did Doria Broggy say that? What? Okay, never mind. There's also been a surge of strange monsters from the forest. Monsters? Are the children safe? The children are traveling down the branch route 8 at the moment. Yeah, branch route 8, because they're actual branches. And there's a fire too. What's with all the sudden danger? Did something happen back at the school? Says Jinbei. And Nami was the one next to a drunk brook. And there's a fire at the. Who said there's a fire at the school? Transponder Pillbug only works in Elbath. So instead of a transponder snail, they have a transponder Pillbug.
Must be like just bigger, and so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like their version of the transponder snail. So that's interesting. Only transponder Pillbug. Okay, so they have their own.
Yeah, she has a smaller version of it. Oh no, maybe that's actually right. No, it's because I forgot she was a giant too. Yeah, looks like she has one too.
Yeah. Looks like she's talking at it. So, yeah, the Holy Knights are in concession, and to Drew's point, you got the Rose guy. So, I'm interested in how all the powers are coming together, and is like the Kieran really just the power who's like doing all the other stuff? Like, so I'm interested in that.
All right, yeah, and then I forgot if you mentioned that Brooks' head is off of his shoulders because Nami hit him in the last chapter.
No, he was just drinking and he put it there.
Oh, is that for? Oh, I thought Nami hit him.
No. So last chapter, when he was drinking, he was playing the guitar, and the joke was that his head was at his crotch.
No, I gotta reread it. Okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thank you.
Him and Usopp were wilding out, man. Like, it was one of those where I reread everything. I reread everything before we read. So it was like one of those. Well, I'm glad.
I remembered it the other way, so thank you.
No, you're good. So it's your turn, and let's see how crazy it gets. I want to see
Yep.
I want to hear your southern accent now.
Well, I don't think Saul's gonna be in this one, but we'll see. Did you say branch 8? It's not looking good over there. Oh no, that's where the school, where my granddaughter Ylvis goes. How many generations is that? I think you've all had enough to drink now. And then, Brooke is still going. Oh yeah, you should get together.
Yeah, Brooke is so drunk.
And then now we see a ship coming in. Yes, that's quick work. And so, so we got the Elbaf. Okay, well we'll see here. The firefighting Scar is on the case. We've got this We've got this firefighters. We're counting on you. So we got the Elbaf firefighters, which is fun. Anyone have anything on this?
No, it's pretty straightforward, so I want to see where this goes. Probably ending in some kind of joke.
And I'm curious, is there firefighting cutting the part of the tree where is on fire? Since they say normally that's what they just do.
And it makes sense to have a firefighting crew because, if a fire breaks down in the tree, that could be toast.
No, that's the big thing, right? So I'm interested in where this is going to go.
Okay, on to the next. So they're going to the fire, and he goes, huh? And then we see one of the little cartoon giant things, undead creature, kind of come out. What's that? Huh? And the creature.
Oh snap!
Jumps up and smacks the firefighter away, and everyone is like shocked that it had that much power. They were all depending on the firefighters, and then in like one page turn, they were knocked out. So they're like, "What?"
Well, remember what I said. Like it's probably gonna end in some kind of joke. So yeah, here we are to save the day. No.
I'll disagree unless you guys have anything to say.
No, that was pretty. That was a nice little introduction / also joke because it builds on the lore that they have to have these people for fires because of how their society works. But yeah, this is something completely different, and now they're it looks like they're probably all gonna sober up now. So Green, what you got?
Alright, moving on. Yeah, you see how shocked those giants were when they got stabbed by the thorns? It's just like the famous saying, every love has its thorns. I feel like those thorns are his powers.
It's a Poison song.
Never heard of it. God, you're so apathetic, Gunko. You know that? Love is the passion to reach out and squeeze someone tight, even as you see the thorns up close. The best part of this game is when it's parents and children.
Whoa!
Parents hug their kids tight, thorns and all, and then the kids scream and wail. When they see their worst nightmare, mommy and daddy dying in agony, and they seem to be having dinner while talking. There is real emotion in killing. Oh yeah, I said it. Those were his powers.
Okay, yeah, Saint Summers, thorn fruit, man.
No.
Yeah, so it looks like literally Killingham's fruit is doing all of this heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Like putting the kids to sleep, making the monsters, all of it.
He has a paramecia fruit as well.
Bunko's arrow is directing them. The Summer's thorn is the protection.
Yep, and that's so now we understand what the game is how are the parents going to be able to stop the kids if they can't touch them? Well, obviously we know knocking him unconscious, but you know, there's that. So it's like, how can you get them before they get there? Interesting. Pretty messed up, but okay. Let's go on to the next one, Segrain, because I have a feeling it's going to be like a lot of on Killing Hand Fruit.
Yeah,
Or
very
not.
messed up, but not really surprising. Given who we're dealing with. Alright, Death by Love. Isn't that just so exciting?
Yep, that's
No.
the game.
No interest. The woman who never knew love. Which route did you choose, Gunko? Wait, and I think okay, Summers. Did he just
Yeah.
fall backward?
Yeah, so kind of like how Sanji would do, like, oh, he's very, very expressionate.
Which route did you choose, Gunko? There was a thick branch that ran down the middle. Okay, so Killingham has woken up. So we have a map. Okay, we have a map, and we have from the Warlords school by the side there's the Owl Library, and they are going down a spiral path by the side of the. So they're taking the side of the tree, the left side.
They're literally
going
gonna
down.
march them right down the center of town.
The center of town?
Look at the map.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna walk them straight past the Western Village to the port, which is right next to it. That's where the boats are. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be. We'll break it down in the panel by panel, but that's interesting. Wow. Sorry.
If they walk straight that way, they will reach the village's sea clouds. The middle one's good. Stands out better. Makes their utter futility all the more apparent. Summers, I need a bit more salt. Salt? And he's thinking salt. So yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be the game. Like, stop them if you can, and of course the time limit is them getting on the boat, unless they destroy the boat, since it's clearly gonna be in a port. I'm interested. Are they gonna be defending the boat, because I would be like, the giants are just gonna destroy the boat so they don't get on. Are they gonna just go into the water and drown? Could that be it? Interesting.
They'll hijack a ship.
I'm interested in how the endpoint is going to work itself out. But it's back to me. So, any thoughts on this panel by panel, gentlemen, or we good to go on?
No, let's go.
All right, I'm jumping in. And he falls asleep. Salt. Okay, Saint Killingham. And here we have it. Dragon fruit, mythical type, Kirin, dream manifesting man. Okay, the Kirin is officially here. So he falls asleep. Ooh, a patch of rock salt, gourmet stuff. You can wake up now. Snort. Okay, so Kirin literally puts him to sleep. Yeah, so his devil fruit's doing the heavy lifting. So he puts the people to sleep and then takes out their what they're afraid of, or what their dreams of, what they're thinking about. So, dream manifesting man, dragon fruit, mythical type, model Kirin. So yeah, we got a mythical. I'm interested in what the coloring is going to be on this one. You can wake up now. Yeah, he gets this salt. Interesting, really interesting. What about the sleep toys you pull out of the brats? Sleptids? Sleeptids. Yeah. What about the sleep toys you pulled out of the brats' dreams? I can keep them going at the same time, of course. Hey, this salt is perfect. This salt goes perfectly with the meal. I'll try some too. Anyway, speaking of the giant's boats in the village. Okay, here we go. Apparently they draw rainbows in the sky with those painter rocks. It's delicious. Okay, so there's a little bit of expression from Gunko. Cute, I like it. Real unique culture they've got. So all we have to do to take one of those to the... All we have to do is take one of those to return to the Holy Land. Okay, so they don't even have like a boat that they're thinking about. Okay, interesting. So he can put people to sleep and then take out their dreams. Any other thoughts, gentlemen? Thorn fruit, Thorn Man, Dream, Dragon fruit, mythical type Kieran called it. Dream manifesting man. Any other thoughts?
No.
Or okay.
I feel like there's gonna be way more to his powers. Something that a similar type of power that came to my mind is in Black Clover. There's this squad captain that has a similar type of power, and it is broken.
The Dream Waifu?
Exactly, yeah. The one that can take you into a dream world.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Like, just how broken it is. Like, Yami had to cut the entire dimension. He had to cut across dimensions to be able to evaporate and just... This is gonna be another level to what we've seen.
Dream manifesting man, so he's manifesting dreams, good and bad. So on to page 11. We've basically won already. It's too easy. This is a baby game for babies. That's why that didn't make sense. I'm very full now. All this in 0 calories. Well, it's dream food, so 0 energy too. Ha ha ha. Don't worry, Summers. There will be trouble. I saw a pirate ship moored on the sea clouds of the village. The Emperor of the Sea, Straw Hat Luffy, is here. Huh? Wait, the kids are walking towards the fire. See, you didn't expect this. Not to worry. If they die, we can send more.
So these people are evil and we need to kick their butts.
Yes. So, interesting. She is aware of Emperor of the Sea, Straw Hat Luffy. So I'm very interested in how this comes into play. All right, Samurai.
Damn you, Loki! Go on, Hiruden. Try and stop me. Dog. But no, if you can't possibly stop me. You can't even lift Ragnar. Oh, nice. I just hope no one gets hurt in the Sun World. They will. The flames will only spread further. So make your choice. Will you undo the last cuff and set me free? yeah, because he's also injured. And so this view makes it look a little bit more reasonable. The size. But I love you can't even lift Ragnar, because that's the Ragnar we know. That's the hammer that we know. It's the one that you can only lift if you're worthy. So if you're worthy, if you have the strength to do this one, is maybe more like it's literally just heavy. So you have to have the strength to wield it.
I wonder if we're gonna get Giant Luffy who lifts it too.
Okay. Any thoughts? Can I go on to the next?
Go on.
Okay. Ooh, we got Sanji. Ooh, I like this. I like this little angle of Sanji right here. It's cool. Who's this enormous giant anyway? He was really badly injured, so I wanted to help him. And then we get a little close up of Loki. Or will you all choose death? I'll only keep taking the lives of those weaklings in the Sun World if you don't answer me. so Hyden goes, wait, all right? And Loki has a grin. Don't get suckered in, Hyden. Roronoa Zoro. And Luffy jumps to action. I guess I gotta do it. If he can move, I'll stop him. That was the deal. And so here we go.
All right,
Luffy going to Gear 5, maybe.
All right, Segrain, go ahead. Let's just go ahead and roll with it.
Alright. Wait, Straw Hat. He will electrocute you if you get too close. Very well then. I hear your answer. Stop this, Loki. If you hit the children, there is no turning back. Make sure you go easy on him, Luffy, or his wounds will get worse. I love the irony here. The way, on one side, these ones are seeing it as a catastrophe, while Zoro is looking at it like, have mercy on him, don't kill him. Gum, damn it, I've lost this one. Balloon, huh? And he's collapsed. Yeah, we called it last week. We said he's probably not gonna last long.
No, he's all the injuries. He was really hurt, so
yeah.
They'll at least treat.
call this one.
They'll at least treat him and restrain him, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, DarkBriton is your turn. I have a double page.
Oh yeah, it's just pretty crazy how Luffy just not one shot him, but the one hit that was all what needed. 3, 2, 1. He really was at death's door, and you just see the snow falling. He was summoning all the strength he had for one last gamble. If his bluff had worked, he would have escaped, so he would collapse somewhere in secret. I just can't imagine that working based on the amount of blood he lost. That's Luffy talking, or that's probably Zoro. It's up to you whether you heal him or not, or let him die. But I had business with Loki too, but it had to wait when I saw how bloody he was. It is true that whoever attempted to kill Loki, and it is a separate incident from the matter of his own crimes, and I think I might know who it was. Please, Haruden, help him out a little. Don't let him die, no matter who he was. So you have Haruden having to make that conscious decision, and until he's fully healed, it'll probably take months. If you really want to see him recover, you shouldn't leave him in a place like this. But if he's taken to the village, it'll only lead to a few more calls to execute him. They'll kill him. If they hate him that much, he's an irredeemable scumbag. And you just see him like just taking it. These horns turned out to be real, huh? They're a holdover from his ancient giant blood. Just like his father, Harold. So Luffy's about to find out that they are brothers. So, in Samurai Drew, you've got the last two, or do we have any talks before we go on to our final?
That he's drawing the sizes a lot more appropriately in this one. I mean, this is more of what you'd expect, like maybe 2 or 3 times taller, not 100 times taller like we saw in that one panel. But it was a really good looking panel when they're like showing the size disparity. But anyway, I just like the accuracy here.
Yeah, I think he looks, maybe he's more of the size of the Yeriko brothers. I think those are like two times the size of a giant.
You bring up a good point about that. Okay. Yeah, like they might be ancient giants, the Yeriko brothers, which is interesting.
The Yeriko brothers.
They're your Yetis. Like that's like another race of giants that we talked about.
One's in Punk Hazard, I think, right?
Okay, on to me for the last 2, right?
Yep.
Okay. And now, okay, we're going to a little flashback here. We got hired thinking about back in the day with his pops, and we see that they grew up together, which I didn't see that in my bingo card. I thought maybe they were a little bit separated. Okay. You are my sons, and I love you both. I want you to work together to support Elbaf after I'm done. I can't believe this tiny weakling is supposed to be my big brother. You're just a bastard. You're not our father's legitimate son. Hear that, Harden? Your mother had filthy blood in her veins.
Oh boy.
And he's, Harden's remembering this, and so he's bringing his axe up. And he's like,
Also, like, the bandages have been over Loki's eyes from the very beginning. That's pretty interesting.
oh, they have, haven't they? I didn't catch that. Yeah, so that must have been an early injury, or how he was born.
Or just his thing.
Or just his thing. Yeah, maybe like it's so that when he takes his bandages off, he can like focus better. But you don't know. Yeah, it was probably an accident. We'll see though.
We'll see.
Okay, on to the next. Oh, Shaggy. Did we already say hey to Shaggy?
No. What's up, Shaggy?
Hey, Shaggy. Welcome. Yeah, we're just about done with the chapter. Then we'll start talking about talking about it.
Oh yeah, we've been going for about 30 minutes. We'll go for another half hour.
Yeah. So here we go. Last panel here. Wait! Don't lose control, Amarrion. I've never forgiven him for what he did. He insulted my mother and killed my father. Go on, do it, you sad little berserker. Or perhaps, instead of indulging in your petty personal drama, take a look at the wounds around us. They all say I went and killed Dad with pure murder in heart. But you don't believe that, do you? And so he's, now we're getting a little bit of an inside look into Loki, and as Hired looks on in shock, and now we kind of have a better idea that Loki might have been coerced into doing this.
Or he might not have done it at all.
Yep, and that's why it is about time for us to toast. A sip and discuss. A sip and discuss, a toast to kicking butt. It's been a while, sorry about that. Where do we want to start?
Well, why would Loki kill his father, do you think?
Or, I don't think he now killed him. I think he was just in the space where his dad died and took the blame for it.
Or he was just framed and he didn't really deny it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's still that, like, a lot of individuals have been pushing that theory. Grand Line Review is especially a big one. Is like, I don't believe he's as bad as they say he is. Very interested in how that is turning out in this aspect.
Yeah, the line that got me to think that Loki did kill him, but with a twist, maybe, is that they add in the line. So they all say I went and killed Dad with pure murder in my heart. So they're not. So he's, you could see it that he didn't do it at all. But for some reason, the way that this is worded is making me think that with pure murder in my heart. So that's what he disagrees with. It wasn't the killing, but the reasoning, or the, what happened?
Him dying wasn't an act of murder. It may have been.
Yeah.
It may have been there was a big battle, and then he may have accidentally struck him, kind of thing.
An accident.
Yeah, because it still goes to reason that a huge fight happened to where 100 other giants also died. Could it be that, again, God's Knights, whomever, could have been involved in that big fight, and there was only 2 real survivors?
Or maybe he had no other choice. Maybe if the dad is as So here's my head canon. If the if the dad is as good as they say he is, then maybe the God Knights came to take his devil fruit, to kill him and take the devil fruit, since they know how special it is. But before they arrived, the dad was able to convince Loki to kill him and eat the fruit. So that probably that is the reason why the God Knights are even able to come, and maybe that will tie them to the that will tie them back to his death. But then there has to be someone that ends up blaming Loki, or that's witnessed Loki killing him, but didn't witness the context of why he killed him. So probably that is why he ordered it like that.
The devil fruit angle is interesting. I like that he killed him for his devil fruit. Yeah, because what happens if he could like have like an orange laying around or whatever, and so when he kills his dad, it goes to the orange, and then he eats it, or it could be a thing where it's like Attack on Titan eats his spinal cord.
Yeah, or whatever.
Maybe just similar to the what Blackbeard did, the ritual Blackbeard did with Whitebeard. Maybe they know something about that, but he didn't want the world government to get the devil fruit.
No, Loki's
I like
smart.
that.
He's got to be learned, but Loki's got to be a smart one.
Yeah. Yeah, he gotta be smart. I don't think I've ever seen where a story where Loki is not smart. The dude is just too cunning. Everywhere he's casted. But also like this ties into the devil fruit might not be a Zoan, because if it is a Zoan, then it might have the ability similar to Luffy's fruit to dodge or evade the world government.
Interesting. Kind of in that mind of its own aspect.
Yeah.
The Fenrir fruit.
I'm still going with it, man. I'm still wanting to push that Fenrir out there, especially now that we were calling as the Kirin, but the powers of the Kirin. Are we still wanting to talk about Loki's fruit, or we could talk about his little final gambit? Like he made like a little final you guys, and was probably gonna try and run and pass out somewhere, but yeah. Nah.
His ego. He's got a big ego, and he doesn't think things through.
Oh no, I would say that was actually a pretty good trick. He just didn't make it that long, and he didn't know that Luffy was as strong. I did not realize he was as big. He was that much bigger than Hiruden. Hiruden comes up to like his knee, I want to say, which is pretty crazy. As well as the fact that his eyes have always been covered. There's that.
Which might tie back to the devil fruit powers.
Do you think he's had the devil fruit powers since he was a kid, or did he get them from his dad when his dad died?
I think he got them after his dad's death, because they said, even in the story, they said he killed the dad and took the devil fruit.
Okay, so with that being the case, wouldn't have had the devil fruit as a kid. So again, it's just a character design. Does he have like super pretty eyes, and that's like why he doesn't like showing them, because he doesn't like being made fun of? It could be, it's Oda. Like it could be something as silly as that. Or
it would make him look like a pretty boy.
Yeah, like in a Nosuke, like from what you call it, Demon Slayer.
Yeah. What's his name again?
I think it's a Nosuke.
I forgot. Yeah.
So it could be something to where it could be silly. I think it's kind of silly, similar to how like the firefighters, here we are to save the day. No. Like Oda like always has these little humorous aspects just sprinkled in. So that could be a setup for something funny later on down the line. Yeah, firefighting squad. Not really good at. It's a good part of the overall society, but not really effective in the current scenarios. We got another 20 minutes. Anything else we want to go on to? We haven't talked about the devil fruits of the invaders. Or
yeah,
the game,
I want to talk about
Saint
Saint Summers. Man, Saint Summers is an evil SOB. He's talking about how he's done this before.
Oh yeah.
Stolen children, first of all, which is like kidnapping.
Oh yeah.
Which is, you could murder someone, you could, do a few things with somebody. And there's kidnapping, which it's like one of the worst things you could do. And he's done it many times. And not only that, he's watched it as a parent has died in front of their child on his. Yeah, I mean, like, he's a twisted, evil, psychotic, terrible person.
Well, again, he's a saint, right? It's just going to show just how monstrous they are.
Yeah, so whatever his comeuppance is gonna be great. And
oh yeah.
And isn't it interesting also with him, that those two work together well because he can fall asleep on command like Garp, like Garp, Ace, and Luffy can.
Oh well, that's killing him, and he's a dream manifesting man. So literally he's putting the guy to sleep as he's thinking about salt, getting the salt out of his dreams,
That is his
and then
Wait a minute.
What?
I don't think that he. Well, maybe, but I don't know if he. Oh, there is that radar thing at the bottom of page 9. Do you think that's the sleep ray? Because I thought he was sleeping by his own accord.
No.
There is this like ray of something.
Yeah.
So maybe he can make people sleep. Maybe you're right.
Yeah, that's what I was interpreting that as.
Okay, I'm back with you now.
Where is the radar at the bottom of page 9?
The wom. The wom.
And then on page 10, you can see it going through his brain, so before, then after.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I think that is like beams, right? Maybe he's beaming his power so that
Right.
because you see when he said salt, he also thought of it as a thought bubble. So since he thought of it already, then he just put him to sleep and picked it out from his dream.
Yep. And that's why he's like, you can wake up now, because he put him to sleep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's also that. So that guy is also a creeper. He's putting kids to sleep. I mean, that's like, that's like Michael Jackson territory. Like, you don't want to be putting children to sleep or nothing.
Yeah, they're all weird. They're all weird in their own way. Especially when they're like, oh, it's fine if they go through the fire and die. We'll just send more. It's like, I'm sorry. Whoa. They kidnapped 9.
Actually, you can't, because there's not that many giant kids. So,
Yeah,
you'd be wasting a lot of time. But sure.
So, in total, 9 kids have been kidnapped. Any thoughts or relevance around that number? Pretty sure Column still, again, isn't one of them. But we're, what is it? My granddaughter's granddaughters at that school. That was,
Granddaughter's granddaughter. So that is 6 generations.
Yeah, of giants.
Of giants. Non-normal human beings.
Yeah, so it's...
Yova. Maybe is she the one in the front?
Yep.
Yova?
Yuva. Did you say branch 8? Yeah.
She's like the princess.
Yeah. The granddaughter. So yeah, we have our princess to save.
Weird, like, also that Saul, when he goes to grab her, like, it's like, he goes in, like, you can see his hands going in softly, right? It's not like he's, like, rushing in. He's, like, barely going, and then it, like, sticks him all the way in his hand. So it makes me think that it's like one of those, like, invisible things that all of a sudden comes to being and then stabs you like all the way through your hand. It's not like
Oh, yeah.
you can. It's not like you can like touch the tip of it to your finger.
Nope.
It's like it's like a trap. Boom.
I completely agree.
I think that is exactly what it is.
And that's the game. So in my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, the best way of just figuring this out is being to turn to arrow and just lead them back, and then just figuring it out from there. That's kind of where I'm at. What are y'all's thoughts? Or is that like just too simple?
Throw a net on them.
Yeah, there's that. Like a what you call it? Sea stone prism net. I can see that. That's a good idea.
Or just see where they go and beat up the bad guys. You know, just keep following the trail.
Yeah, because to their conversation, they haven't even picked out a boat. They're just like, oh, well, we'll just get a boat from the port over there. This is a very straightforward chapter. I appreciate a lot of the understanding. I know that I'm glad that Luffy is the one who knocked him out, lived up to his responsibilities. But I guess we can start wrapping up with the conversation between brothers. So alluded to it earlier, we got the mini flashback, the final 2 pages. So in those final 2 pages, we won. Sorry, go ahead, Sigrain.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying conversation of brotherly love.
We'll see. We'll see. But one, so Hiruden barely comes up to like his knees. Like he's short. And also the fact that he commented on this and harassed Hiruden to the point where Hiruden, in a fit of angrily rage, was going to attack him while he had that chance. Thinking back to being ridiculed for who he was and talking bad about his mama. And I'm really hoping we see like a flashback of Hiruden's mom. She's gonna be a hot giant waifu. A hot giant waifu. Calling it right now. But yeah. Any thoughts in that scenario, in that situation, as we wrap up of the brothers having that discussion and then being like, what was the murderous intent? So is he actually as bad as he is? Drew, thoughts?
Absolutely not. This is our window into Loki's, the good side of Loki, but we're seeing the bad side of him on the right, which is that he's just like the dude that's calling Nami Rare Nami. I just can't think of his name right now. The giant that's called
Rodo.
Rodo. You know, there's like classist stuff here, and
oh yeah,
and so he's not without fault, but there is a good side to him. Possibly something along the lines of, hey, listen, Loki, we're ancient giants, and we have a secret that we need to, or maybe he found out a secret that they're, trying to hold on to a poneglyph, for instance. We're still looking for the last poneglyph. Some kind of last, like, oh my god, that's why I need the devil fruit, is because if I don't have it, everyone's gonna die. And so it could be something like that. But we're seeing a side of the Loki that is bad and good. So who knows what is real? Maybe he didn't want to murder his dad, but he had to. That way, nothing could happen. So who knows what he's thinking? I'm hoping that he was just possessed. He's possessed by like a little hypnotic trip, something like that.
Let's see.
So if that could be the reason. Otherwise, he's gonna have a lot of agency. Like, why he didn't have to kill all those other giants. So that's why it makes me think that he was put under a spell, body possessed. He was Captain Ginyude.
Captain Ginyude. Well, he's about Gerd is about the size of his arm, so I guess he's not that much. He's pretty bigger than that. Dad was doting on all of them. He was like, "I love you both equally. You're my sons. I love you both." But
he sounds like a good guy, right? They always wrote him as like a good guy.
That's another reason why it's like he might have been taken over, possessed, something like that.
You mean Loki or the dad?
The dad? I'm wondering. You know how Saint Summers is talking about the game of how is it going? The kid having to watch the parent die.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something like that. I think we're gonna get something like Loki had to end up watching his dad die, and instead took the consequences on his own, kind of thing. Maybe because he couldn't keep it from happening, he bears the blame. That kind of thing.
I really feel as though next chapter we'll get an answer to that.
You think so?
I think he's gonna spill the beans next chapter. You don't believe that, do you? It's like, then what happened? And then we'll get, hopefully, what really happened.
Well, I hope so, because
I think it's too quick for us to get it next week.
yeah, that's the thing, because like with the different storylines, we've got these guys connected, so it's probably going to be a lot more of the game of getting everyone to getting the kids to the docks, kind of thing. So it might be a little bit more of that. And then maybe ending coming back to this. And what the conversation's like. Interesting. If for whoever's watching, feel free to leave any thoughts or comments. If you think Loki is actually truly as evil as he is, did he actually kill his dad? Luffy is sitting on his horns. It's like, oh, so these horns are real, huh? Let's see here. Any other predictions for next week? We can start wrapping it up here.
Hopefully we get a little clash between the Straw Hats and the Holy Knights. Maybe like a sighting. Maybe they spy on, somebody spies on somebody. Like the eyes on the Straw Hats. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, with Chopper next to Saul getting stabbed by the little barbs, I could see Chopper figuring out like how the devil fruits are, how the directions and those things, and helping out. So I could see them revealing themselves to Saul and Robin and Chopper. Frankie and Ripley are still out on a nature walk, so they're there. And then I'm guessing Nami and Usopp and Brooke and Jinbei are in town, and the kids are basically going to be walking right next to town on their way out. So I don't think they're going to be helping to deal with the monsters, but I think the monsters are going to be like running block for the kids walking along too. So this is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting. Do we have an MVP of the week?
Well, no, what? Saul for stabbing his hands, because
He got hurt for trying to stop
he got
Yuva.
hurt. He got hurt.
He got hurt.
You
Alright.
got what?
Hurt. He's just being silly. Alright. Well, this has been fun. Like, do we know if there's a chapter? I'm hoping there's chapter next week.
7 days.
New chapter in 7 days? Perfect. So we will see you all next week for chapters 1144 of One Piece. I'm the DarkBriton of the Runaway Warlords, and always remember, Nakama, that anime is adulting. Stay reckless, Warlords. Peace.